Maajid Nawaz is a former Islamic extremist himself and is now an anti-extremist crusader. Maajid, good to see you again. And you look at that boy and know what he wants to do. And one questions, how can we have him chart a course like yours, where there's a reversal as opposed to the one he intends?
Well, I think, Megyn, it's primarily we have to focus on prevention. It's a lot more inefficient to de-radicalize Islamists once they have joined organizations like ISIL. It's a lot quicker, more efficient, more conducive to results to work to prevent the next generation joining them. And that really does require for our leaders, both within Muslim communities across the world, but also our political leaders, including President Obama, to be able to name the threat. And, you know, I've been frustrated for a long time because, you know, we can't have it both ways. If we, and I come from a liberal background myself, if we don't want, you know, the kind of a return to invasion of countries or war, on the one hand, on the other hand, we're saying civil society needs to take a lead in challenging this ideology, yet we don't name the ideology. And that's a serious void there in the middle.
And yet General Flynn, when he was talking to Charlie Rose, was talking about how we don't want to acknowledge any connection to Islam, and yet these prisoners down at Gitmo are all given Qurans, and bin Laden was given a proper Muslim burial. And so why can't we acknowledge that it's not mainstream Islam, but it's radical Islam, and it is festering in many more places besides Iraq and Syria?
Look, Megyn, what I fear is a bit like a Harry Potter scenario where, you know, he who must not be named. If you can't name Voldemort, you know, everyone fears him even more. When we don't name the Islamist ideology, what happens as a result is that people who naturally don't know about my own religion, Islam, will think it's the religion that's at fault itself. So actually, I'd plead to the president that for the sake of, like, you know, 1.4 billion Muslims in the world, we must name this extremist ideology, the Islamist ideology, so that people know it's not the same as traditional Islam. And that way we isolate the extremists and we galvanize the majority against them. But that would require some leadership, and unfortunately, you know, I don't see too much of that at the moment.
Maajid Nawaz, thank you, sir. Good to see you tonight.